And welcome everyone back to Dragon Age Origins yet again. We are here at the circle currently, because that's where we left off last time, where we were able to successfully take back the circle from Uldred and all of the Maleficar, and we also got the aid of the mages here within the circle. You know, we weren't able to get the aid of the Templars, but we do have the aid of Irving and the rest of the circle, as well as we also have recruited Wynn. So that's handy. So I figure now we should probably head towards Redcliffe. Now we should head towards Redcliffe and divert back to our original plan and location, since we had done a short detour in reference to that earlier part in our episodic, playthrough. After this short detour of rescuing the circle mages here in the tower, I believe that we should head back to Redcliffe and help out Bantegan with the issues at the castle, and finally try to see if we can fight our way to Arl Eamon. But before we try to fight our way to Arl Eamon, I figure it might actually be a good idea to go ahead and do another set of rounds real quick, to return back to the party camp. Figure that would be kind of cool. Return back to party camp.
How will you end it?
Oh, hi, Sten. I was not expecting Sten to just appear before me. But no, I figured we can do another set of the rounds, but I was not expecting real.
Is that all? It is surrounded by an ocean of darkspawn. How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Warden. I have heard stories of this order. Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of the Wardens. So far, I am not impressed.
I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to defeat the light.
Evidently not. It remains only to see what you are here for.
Sten approves +6. Well, I guess when it comes to doing the rounds, we might as well start with Sten, since he's, I don't know, right here.
Yes.
What were you doing in that
Sitting,
cage?
as you observed.
That's not why I meant.
It's what you asked. Are you gonna answer? I did. Parshera, was there anything else? Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden? There we go.
To answer a question. The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
Don't you have to report back then? Yeah, that is kind of an important feature.
Yes.
So, why are you still here?
I cannot go home.
Why
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Cool. So we just asked a little bit more, and then just kind of departed. I might actually see if he needs. You do need to be leveled up. at least some armor, I guess. Oh. Where's my dog? There he is. What's the difference? Oh yeah, that armor penetration and armor is all that matters. Who's your cup boy? Go ahead and return back to Odon real quick to sell some stuff.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Which I know we just sold some stuff.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with...
I know we just sold some stuff at the end of last episode, but you know, that doesn't hurt to... Doesn't hurt to deal some more. What does Ember do? Fire damage. Neat. Hey, everyone just kind of inherited a ice demand. I might grab that at some point. Doesn't hurt to have some of those. Do I have anything to sell? All right. Which panel is it again? Oh, there it is. And doesn't do a whole lot for me, but you know, it works. Actually, I'll give it to Cunning. Yeah. Since you are gonna be my main. Oh, that's right, I'll have to give it out in the field later. That's fine. That's not too hard to do. Alright, how is my favorite bastard king?
What do you need? Ask away. You never asked? All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
How about, by the way, I'm heir to the throne?
Yes, well, I suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
What happened?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
Don't want to be king, why not? I mean, come on.
Hello? Have you met me? I'm no leader of men. I don't want to be the person sitting on the throne and making decisions that affect the lives of others. It just isn't me. I guess I should be thankful that Arl Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. Oh, I hope he's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. It was a dumb thing to do.
Yes, it was. An apology accepted.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Why do you disapprove? Is it just because I was being sarcastic? That's
What do you
fine,
need? Ask away. Such as they are. About the Grey Wardens. What do you need? Ask away. I already said I wouldn't. The answer is still no.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just kind of curious. But to be fair, though, I remember though you do kind of need to have a higher affinity, though, in order for you to get him to agree to that. Not that I really need it. I've already unlocked all the other classes because I've completed it multiple times. But all right. Well, we've done Stan, Alistair. How's my boy?
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off. That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
Why not?
Excellent. I will get my soaps, and the dog shall have his bath after supper.
Who's a good boy? Ah, the precious Mabari. Gotta love it. Anywho, I guess it's on to Liliana, then Wind, then...
Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind?
Heard that Norlay minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Read it in a history book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
And the bards were spies.
Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What sort of services does a bard
What do you
offer?
think? They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate. It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
True. Yeah, it's very sick. You seem to know quite a bit about them. You're a bard,
I
weren't
have
you?
revealed too much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
Why were you living a closer sister in a rural Ferelden?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to see the Maker brought me here.
Alright, and on to a second conversation. Since we tend to be doing 2 conversations at a time. Sometimes 3 if, there's a follow-up one that goes a little bit better, but I wish to not do more than that, so to not bore you all and annoy you and also make the episode, pad out the episode an extra 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. So.
Yes? Something you need? I don't think you have the correct aptitude. I could give you some pointers, though. You may be able to pass them on to someone you know. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time. Yes?
Oh,
Something you need?
that was just a little
Yes?
instructional commentary.
What's on your mind?
So. She has nothing to say except for the same tales. The same, 6 tales. So cool.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome. Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
Oh, you're a person. You're very sprightly for your age.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
You're not allowed to be done quite yet. Sorry, I thought that was just kind of like, I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't. Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
No, the ones in Tower were the first I've seen.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Yeah, see, the monster you could be is unsettling. Too easily perturbed. You're a great mage. You would never become an abomination. It's knowledge that drives you to be cautious. Yeah, seeing the monster you could become would be unsettling.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts.
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
I love the whole +1. It sounds like it's pretty decent conversation with the individual. Well, it's just +1.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
Short story, I met Duncan and he liked me. Arl massacred my family. Arl massacred my family. Duncan helped me escape.
Arl Rendon Howe? The Arl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you?
I'm the son of Bryce Kuzlin, Terran of Fire.
You are the last of the Kuslans? I had no idea. My lord?
Don't. Don't, I'm just a Grey Warden
Yes,
now.
I suppose so. You can no longer have a title, can you? But that does not mean you must forget utterly where you came from. Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden?
I wish my house did not have to fall.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Ooh, a whole +2. Alright, that's 3 conversations down. Wen kind of gets a few, though. Right there at the start, so...
Yes? We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Have we already screwed the market? I don't remember this. Perhaps we have?
What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire, leaning in so closely. Not unless you stop.
+4.
I have a thought.
Just the one? I'm sorry, that was funny.
We have an opportunity that I believe we should take advantage of. To the point. My mother was once divested of a particular grimoire by a most annoying Templar hunter. It occurred long before I was born, but even today, Flemeth speaks of the loss with great rage. With the circle of magi in such disarray, it occurs to me that this might be the perfect time to recover the tome from their possession, for surely it eventually ended up in their hands.
What makes you think that it just still has? What makes you think the mages still have this
Flemeth
book?
is a sorceress of legend, is she not? And her grimoire would be more than a mere curiosity to mages that daren't even glance towards the places my mother has walked for eons. No doubt 'tis considered something dangerous, perhaps best locked away somewhere dark, yes? And if not, then at least I know it does not exist. But there is no harm in looking, surely?
What do you want with this grimoire, exactly?
'Tis a book of spells, of the sort that Flemeth has dabbled with throughout her long life. 'Tis not the sort of thing that would benefit a mage of the standard variety. They were taught a different path. I, however, was taught by my mother. I know a way around the wards my mother would have placed on such a tome. I know the language that she would have written it in. I would find such a tome most useful.
Useful in what way?
Useful in the way that it might increase my power. Useful in the way that I would become more useful to you. Does that not follow?
Why not? Very well. If I go back to the tower, I'll look for
Good. I am most interested to see its contents, should it be located. The grimoire is leather-bound and adorned with the symbol of a leafless tree, should you come across it. If not, however, then I shall simply put it out of my mind.
it. And I mind that we already have the book, but that's okay.
Yes? So, full of questions, are you?
I was about to say, I wouldn't have... I figured that first conversation with just the kiss doesn't exactly count, so that's alright.
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
And you're cute when you're evasive.
Really? Perhaps we should be wrapped in ribbons and adorned with flowers. So cute are we, too. My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
Ah. You really had no trouble with them?
I am unsure. I was too young to understand, and perhaps 'twas bravado on Flemeth's part, or perhaps she was merely amused. I will never know. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait, a little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth uses his bait, you actually... Surely more would have followed.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
They got what they deserved.
Perhaps they did. Still, I do not begrudge them doing what they believe is necessary. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates. And apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
The amount of sarcasm strewn in that phrasing is kind of funny. We'll fight. I agree. You know, I prefer the mage be free rather than... Yeah, I'd rather be free rather than bound and not allowed any form of freedom.
Oh, I hope you are not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand. Yes? So, full of questions, are you?
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be? Oh, she is certainly old. Have no mistake of that. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I'm more interested.
I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago was this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife. And Osen agreed.
Flemeth must be
The life
angry.
of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
So she truly loved Osen.
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which, she never invaded? Or he never
The
defeated
truth
her?
of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the Great War with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Legend tells of Flemeth having many
You ask if I
daughters.
have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
How is it that they've survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Well, an interesting story. Thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
She died rather recently, actually.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Do I have any other sustained? Oh wait, no. Never mind, that's just a set bonus. Okay. And... might as well give off the... the grimoire.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? But when I spoke of it to you, I did not truly hope... This is a most fortuitous event. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
Oh. What? Are you kidding? Oh.
I suppose something is deserved for all your efforts, is it not? I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Plus 10.
It
Oh.
is cold in my tent, all alone.
Ah. I was not anticipating this. I just clicked again to see if... she was going to comment on if she found anything about the grimoire or not, but okay, you know. We can't have that.
So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?
Well, of course, I'll leave that up to you.
Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk. I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance are not exaggerated.
Oh, you're just saying.
Not at all. Legends abound regarding such figures as Garahel, sordid though they may be. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side.
So what
That is
now?
entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not?
Does that into the picture? Okay, I might as well be neutral. She considers number 2 here a abstract concept, so why not that?
Then we should get along marvelously. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare.
But well, that was a massive. That was way more than 2 conversations. I was also expecting an update about the grimoire, but no update about the grimoire, I guess, was fine too. So, no update about the grimoire, that's fine. We'll do a couple more conversations with everyone else after the next main mission, but without further ado, let us continue on. So we're going to return back to Redcliffe, since we ended up diverting before, which I'm pretty sure the poor village was really confused. Oh, they just saved us from a whole rally of the undead. Maybe they're going to charge straight into the castle. And then you have us who just proceeds to just be like, oh, we'll be back. Just a short detour. Van Tegan, you can just wait there at the mill. We'll be back. So, now that we've gone and assisted the mages on that short detour, we shall now return back to Van Tegan and figure out what his plan for infiltrating the castle is.
All right.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Our whole trifecta. And I do believe that we shall be heading back. I don't want to fast travel to Redcliffe Castle, because the Redcliffe Castle point brings you like at the gate or something like that. I actually don't know why it's unlocked. But, or I could be mistaken. It's been quite some time since I've played. Oh, and an encounter on the road. Should it be a cutscene or an actual encounter? Ah, cutscene.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn.
that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution, with your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards.
Behold the
An
solution.
assassin?
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
And I do so apologize for long delay for finally getting to start towards Redcliffe. Should have before now, but anyways. And of course, it turns out it wasn't just a cutscene, but also an encounter, which is involved in one of our side
traveller of the
quests.
fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Did you sell a few copies to the Circle Tower?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither do these large men carrying swords. Get them!
I see enemies ahead.
There's a mage much further up They shall be dealt with first. Shoot. Oh, okay then, fine.
Next.
Take that one, Liliana. Ooh, Death Root. Well, I don't know why I said ooh, but I end up selling it 9 times out of 10. But, you know. Minor details. Well, the con artist is now dead. As most tend to become. Anyways, onwards to Redcliffe. Alright, so that's the gate to the castle. And here's the mill Tegan spoke of. Ah, so
Ooh, a windmill. I once took a ride on the sails of a windmill. Didn't turn out well.
Well, it's not as though a windmill moves all that fast to begin with.
Odd how quiet the castle looks from here. You would think there was nobody inside at all.
But I shouldn't delay things further. I had a plan. To enter the castle after the village was secure. There is a secret passage here, in the mill, accessible only to my family.
Why didn't you mention this before?
I knew you would choose to enter the castle instead of staying in the village. And we needed warriors. I'm sorry if I... Maker's breath.
Tigan, thank the Maker you yet live.
Isolde, you're alive. How did you... What has happened?
I do not have much time to explain. I slipped away from the castle as soon as I saw the battle was over, and I must return quickly. And I need you to return with me, Tigan. Alone.
And Miss Mercy, you don't seem very concerned about what's happened.
What? Who is this man, Tegan?
You remember me, Lady Isolde, don't you?
Alistair. Of all the... Why are you here?
They are Grey Wardens, Isolde. I owe them my life.
Pardon me, I would exchange pleasantries, but... Considering the circumstances...
Please, Lady Isolde, we had no idea anyone was even alive within the castle. We must have some answers.
I know you need more of an explanation, but I don't know what is safe to tell. Tegan, there is a terrible evil within the castle. The dead waken and haunt the living. The maid responsible was caught, but still it continues. And I think Connor is going mad. We have survived, but he won't flee the castle. He has seen so much death. You must help him, Tegan. You are his uncle. You could reason with him. I do not know what else to do.
Then we must decide quickly. What about Arl Eamon? Is he still alive?
He is being kept alive so far, thank the Maker.
Kept alive? Kept alive by what?
Something the mage unleashed. So far it allows Eamon, Connor, and myself to live. The others were not so fortunate. It killed so many, and turned their bodies into walking nightmares. Once it was done with the castle, it struck the village. It wants us to live, but I do not know why. It allowed me to come for you, Tegan, because I begged, because I said Connor needed help.
Do you think this evil could be some kind of demon?
I do not know. Oh, Maker's mercy. Could it truly be a demon? I can't let it hurt my Connor. You must come back with me, Tegan. Please.
Tell me about the mage you mentioned.
He's an infiltrator, I think. One of the castle staff. We discovered he was poisoning my husband. That is why Eamon fell ill.
Eamon was poisoned?
He claims an agent of Terran Logain's hired him. He may be lying, however. I cannot say.
Why do I get the feeling you're not telling us everything?
I beg your pardon? That's a rather impertinent accusation.
Oh, if it's true.
Evil I cannot fathom holds my son and the husband hostage. I came for help. What more do you want from me? Tegan, I do not have much time. What if it thinks I'm betraying it? It could kill Connor. Please come back with me. Must I beg?
Enough questions. We need to decide what to do.
The king is dead, and we need my brother now more than ever. I will return to the castle with you, Isolde.
Thank the Maker. Bless you, Tegan. Bless you.
Yeah, it seems like you have little choice.
I have no illusions of dealing with this evil alone. You, on the other hand, have proven quite formidable. Isolde, can you excuse us for a moment? We must confer in private before I return to the castle with you.
Please do not take too long. I will be by the bridge.
Here's what I propose. I go in with Isolde, and you enter the castle using the secret passage. My signet ring unlocks the door. Perhaps I will distract whatever evil is inside and increase your chances of getting in unnoticed. What do you say?
What exactly am I supposed to do?
I wish I knew. I don't know any more about this evil force than Isolde seems to. Sir Perth and his men can watch for danger at the castle entrance. If you can open the gates from within, they can move in and help you. I don't think there's anyone else who can help you. If you choose not to go, then it's up to me to do what I can. Here is my signet ring. It will open the lock on the door in the mill. Whatever you do, Eamon is the priority here. If you have to, just get him out of there. Isolde, me, and anyone else, we are expendable.
I don't believe that. I'll rescue you all.
You are a good man. The Maker smiled on me indeed when he sent you to Redcliffe.
So we are just going to send him with that woman? It seems so dangerous.
But I can delay no longer. Allow me to bid you farewell. And good luck.
And into the windmill we shall go. Use the signet ring to go through the secret passage into the dungeon. Into the dungeon, to and fro, into the dungeon, here we go.
I locked myself in a cage once when I was a child. For an entire day. Good times.
Pay no attention that we're hearing the undead wrestling around on the other side of the wall, but by all means, wax nostalgia.
I'll get on it.
Stay down. Hello? Who's there? Is there anyone alive out there? Wait,
yeah.
you don't look like the Arlessa's guards. Are you from outside the castle?
Yes, I came through a secret tunnel. Are you the mage Lady Isolde
You've
mentioned?
spoken to her? Then you know what I did.
She said you poisoned the Arl.
I'm not proud of my deed. Poisoning Arl Eamon was what I was hired to do. Lady Isolde had no idea when she took me in to tutor her son, of course.
What about all the walking corpses?
I know it looks suspicious, but I'm not responsible for the creatures and the killings in the castle. I was already imprisoned when all that began. At first, Lady Isolde came here with her men, demanding that I reverse what I'd done. I thought she meant my poisoning of the Arl. That's the first I heard about the walking corpses. She thought I'd summoned a demon to torment her family and destroy Redcliffe. She had me tortured. There was nothing I could do or say that would appease her. So they left me to rot.
So why did you poison Arl Eamon?
I was instructed to by Teyrn Loghain. I was told that Arl Eamon was a threat to Ferelden, that if I dealt with him, Loghain would settle matters with the Circle. You see, I'm a Maleficar, a blood mage.
You? A blood mage? Truly? I would never have guessed.
A blood mage? Well, that isn't good.
I dabbled in the forbidden arts, and they condemned me to death for it. I thought Loghain was giving me a chance to redeem myself. But he's abandoned me here, hasn't he? Everything's fallen apart, and I'm responsible. I have to make it right somehow. I have to.
So Teyrn Loghain himself hired
Yes.
you?
When the Templars caught me, they brought me to Denerim to await execution. Eventually, someone came to see me, alone. It was the Terran. I'd seen paintings of him, so I knew. I thought he'd have me executed right there. But he said I could make up for my crime. He said I would be helping the country.
So, okay. Why did the Arlessa need a mage to tutor her son?
Connor
then?
had started to show signs. Lady Isolde was terrified the Circle of Magi would take him away for training.
Connor? A mage? I can't believe it.
She sought an apostate, a mage outside the Circle, to teach her son in secret so he could learn to hide his talent. Her husband had no idea.
Perhaps her son is responsible for what happened?
I thought that too. Connor has little knowledge of magic, but he may have done something to tear open the veil. With the veil to the Fade torn, spirits and demons could infiltrate the castle. Powerful ones could kill and create those walking corpses.
So why would she be afraid of her son?
Because he would be taken away forever. A mage cannot inherit a title, even the son of a powerful Arl. She's also a pious woman. Her son having magic was humiliating.
So Eamon had no idea of his son's
No,
abilities?
she was adamant that he never find out. She said that he'd do the right thing, even if it meant losing their son, and that infuriated her.
How much magic did you teach him?
But he's still very young. He can barely cast a minor spell, never mind something more powerful. At least not intentionally. Like I said, he may have torn the veil accidentally. If he's involved in this at all, I really don't know.
See, I think I
never
understand.
meant for it to end like this. I swear. Let me help you fix this.
I say this boy could still be of use to us, but if not, then let him go. Why keep him prisoner here?
Hey, let's not forget he's a blood mage. You can't just set a blood mage free.
Better to slay him. Better to punish him for his choices. Is this Alistair who speaks, or the Templar?
I'd say it's common sense. We don't even know the whole story yet.
He wishes to redeem himself. Doesn't everyone deserve that chance?
Like yourself, you mean?
Everyone deserves a chance to redeem themselves in the Maker's eyes. This man, no less than any.
I don't know. He is a blood mage. But this is an unusual situation.
Give me a chance, please.
How will you make things right?
Well, I tried to save anyone still up there. There must be something I can do.
And after that, what happens?
Afterwards, I assume I'll be arrested, or executed, or whatever people like me get. I'm tired of running from the circle. I need to account for what I've done.
Okay. That's commendable.
I'm glad you think so. So what now?
I think you'll just stay in your cell.
Then I will
for now.
wait. If you change your mind, I will be here.
It should not hurt for him to stay in his cell. He could be useful. So if we free him, he cannot redeem himself, but actually, why not? I'll
You're
let
back.
him go.
Have you found out what's going on yet? I see.
Not yet, no.
What now, then?
I'll let you out, why not? Because I do remember seeing online that if he is freed, there was a sadly cut and rather extremely glitched out time that you're able to run into him in one of the random encounters, and he's like actually helping out refugees and stuff. So he does try to redeem
Letting
himself.
me out? And what then?
Escape, this is your last chance.
I'm not leaving. I made a mistake, and I'm going to find some way to fix it.
Okay, well. Godspeed. Alistair disapproves and Liliana disapproves. Oh, how unfortunate.
Why, thank you so much.
Oh, a whole one.
I could get used to this, you know.
I was not expecting that response, but...
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
There we go. Since you all suddenly got perturbed because I gave Yawan a chance.
I'll get on it.
Up. Corpses.
Trying to be merciful.
Got it.
try. I know. Giving gifts is kind of cheap when it comes to getting companion affinity, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to just boost it a few. Since Yaon actually does try to redeem himself and make up for the sins he has made. So, I guess it's redeemable. Yeah, he is redeemable. So, if a couple gifts were all it needed, all it took, then,
Looks like someone wants to die.
so be it. Slay the corpse. Ooh, an armory.
It's done.
Aha. Professional locksmith goes at it again. And so, weapon stand that has something that can be sold. Something else that can be sold. Some more stuff that can be sold. That might be useful, depending upon Alistair's shield. Stuff to be sold. And stuff to be sold. Well, how advantageous this armory was. Is that shield any better than what he has? Oh, clearly that Redcliffe shield is the same. Except provides more fatigue, but better missile deflection. Cool. The metal kite shield's better than Templar shield. Yeah, I know the Templar shield's his thing, but Ooh, the Redcliffe shield actually... the Redcliffe shield actually gives the exact same effects, but with less fatigue. You get the Redcliffe shield. Well, that is far more useful. Nothing of use, of course. Then we shall carry on. Nothing to loot. Well, I guess spirits would not be covered in stuff to loot, so... ethereal constructs, I guess, would not. Pair form. Wrong button. Sorry, I was playing another BioWare game, which the pause button does.
Looks like someone wants to die again.
I tried to be merciful.
I have leveled up. How convenient. So much corpse I need more dexterity. Farmer. Though actually Constitution's pretty useful. So. Then I believe I shall be grabbing Threaten then, even though I won't use it. But, go and save again real quick.
Foolish creatures know better than to attack.
Oh, poor dogs.
I'll get on it.
Be careful!
Right. Now, better than later.
Alright. Advance further we shall go. Ooh.
Trap right ahead.
Oh. Handy.
Why does the dead stay in the ground where they belong? Can I get you a ladder? Get off my back.
Behind her, number one.
Get on it.
Come on, folks. And what is behind door number 2? A person. Which, that would be the blacksmith's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. Because he had asked for us to try to find her and see if she was still alive. And if we agreed to try to help find her, he would provide weapons and armor and repairs for the people of Redcliffe during the raid.
Please, don't hurt me!
Calm down, I'm not going to hurt you.
I'm sorry. I'm so frightened. These monsters are everywhere. My name's Valena. The Arlessa's maid. Is she all right? What happened to everyone?
Oh, the smith's daughter?
You know my father. I want to go back to the village. Is there a way out of here?
A tunnel leading out of the dungeon, you know, the way I came.
But the monsters!
I killed most of them, it's safe.
I'll find my way. I can run fast and I know the castle. Thank you.
Alright. Well, we were able to rescue her. We just need to go meet up with the blacksmith again to inform him that, hey, she has now been rescued. And so, in the off chance we die, we don't have to go.
Like those bastards. Get off my back.
And another corpse. Alright. They've now become lootable.
I'll get on it.
Or perhaps they were before and I just didn't notice, but anyways. Minor details. We'll see if we have to come back this way. You know, to go through the cellar. I do believe we have to, though, going by memory.
Can't do that.
Yep, the main hall is locked. So we must go through the basement cellar. Who knew I was going the right direction to begin with? Actually, I probably like subconsciously did, but anywho.
Allow me. I could do that for you. Just like you wanted.
A vase, pile of junk, which has a shield, and then steel bracers. How handy. Anyways, this was a very, very small basement. Up into the courtyard. Here we go.
Looks like somebody wants to die again.
Oh! Ow. Oh! That's right. Sir Perth, you may now come through.
You have opened the gates. That is good. My men and I are eager to see our Arl again. Shall we enter the main hall together? It must be held if we are to regain control of the castle.
Oh yes, let us go to the hall together.
Excellent. Let us go now then, and see what awaits us there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have the reinforcements from the knights if they didn't survive. To be fair though, I clearly don't need the reinforcements. We seem to have pretty decent gear and decent level, but... Oh, and... The band has gone insane. How wonderful.
So these are our visitors? The ones you told me about, Mother?
Yes, Connor.
And this is the one who defeated my soldiers? The ones I sent to reclaim my village?
Yes.
And now it's staring at me. What is it, Mother? I can't see it well enough.
This is just a man, Connor. Like your father.
Oh, I am tired of hearing about him. Besides, he's nothing at all like father. Look at him. Breathing and not dying in the slightest. I could change that, mind you.
Connor, I beg you. Don't hurt anyone.
Mother? What's happening? Where am I?
Oh, thank the Maker. Connor, can you hear me?
Get away from me, fool woman! You are beginning to bore me.
Maker's breath. What has happened here?
Grey Warden, please don't hurt my son. He is not responsible for what he does.
So he is the evil force you spoke of.
No! Don't say that!
So, the boy has become an abomination and sundered the veil.
Connor didn't mean to do this. It was that mage, the one who poisoned Eamon. He started all this. He summoned this demon. Connor was just trying to help his father.
And made a deal with the demon to do so? Foolish child.
It was a fair deal. Father is alive, just as I wanted. Now it's my turn to sit on the throne and send out armies to conquer the world. Nobody tells me what to do anymore.
Nobody tells him what to do. Nobody! Ha 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 ha!
Quiet, Uncle! I warned you what would happen if you kept shouting, didn't I? Yes, I did. But let's keep things civil. This man will have the audience he seeks. Tell us, what have you come here for?
I need to see Arl Eamon, but, I guess I came here to help if I could.
To help me? To help Father? To help yourself? Which?
To help the people you've terrorized. I want to help you, of course. To help the Arl. Why not? Want to see if I can help the child?
I don't need help. I can do everything all by myself. Isn't that right, Mother?
I don't think...
Of course you don't! Ever since you sent the knights away, you do nothing but deprive me of my fun. Frankly, it's getting dull. I crave excitement and action. This man spoiled my sport by saving that stupid village, and now he'll repay me.
And now we shall fight off the gods.
All right.
Take out the archers first.
Push them back.
I'll get on it.
All right.
Tegan. Tegan, are you all right?
I am better now, I think. My mind is my own again.
Blessed Andraste. I would never have forgiven myself had you died. Not after I brought you here. What a fool I am. Please.
Indeed.
Connor's not responsible for this. There must be some way we can save him.
I'm not about to kill a child. That's not typically good business practice. Or, good practice in general. But
Connor is no longer a child. He's an abomination.
You! You did this to Connor!
I didn't summon any demon. I told you. Please, if you'll let me help.
Help? You betrayed me! I brought you here to help my son, and in return you poisoned my husband?
This is the mage you spoke of? Didn't you say he was in the dungeon?
He was. I assumed the creatures had killed him by now. He must have been set free.
That's right, and I stand by my decision. I thought he'd be useful, seeing as he helped start this. He's no more to blame than you are, Lady of Sword. Not be useful, seeing as he's helped.
Useful? After everything he did, he should be executed! Without him, none of this would have happened.
Your secrecy made his actions possible, Isolde.
But
I know what you must think of me, my lady. I took advantage of your fear. I'm sorry. I never knew it would come to this.
Well, I shan't turn away his help. Not yet. And if Connor is truly an abomination...
He's not always the demon you saw. Connor is still inside him, and sometimes he breaks through. Please, I just want to protect him.
Isn't that what started this? You hired the maid to teach Connor in secret, to protect him.
If they discovered Connor had magic, then they'd take him away. I thought if he learned just enough to hide it, then...
Alright, where's Connor now? Why did he run?
I think he ran upstairs, to the family quarters.
Violence scares him. I know that sounds strange. He may have run up to his room, or
he might
I
be
don't
waiting
know.
in ambush.
The fighting may have scared Connor into coming out again, and so he ran.
So you're saying he may be vulnerable?
Perhaps. Is there no other way?
Where is Eamon?
Upstairs in his room. I think the demon has been keeping him alive.
So if we destroy the demon, then...
Then my husband may perish. Yes.
So you had no idea this man you hired was an assassin?
I trusted Logain. Why wouldn't I? How could I have suspected the mage he sent would be a murderer?
And Eamon knew nothing of your plans. Do you not realize what you've done, Isolde?
Eamon would only demand we do the right thing. I was not going to lose my son. Not to magic.
And now you may lose him anyway, and so much more.
No. No, please. There must be another way. There must be something we can do.
Yeah, and what can you add to this discussion? I mean, I figure, since you're here, part of the committee.
The demon in Connor needs to be destroyed. Killing Connor is the easiest way to do that, certainly. But there is another way. A mage could confront the demon in the Fade, without hurting Connor himself.
What do you mean? Is the demon not within Connor?
Not physically. The demon approached Connor in the Fade while he dreamt, and controls him from there. We can use the connection between them to find the demon.
You can enter the Fade, then? And kill the demon without hurting my boy?
No, but I can enable another mage to do so. It normally requires lyrium and several mages. But I have blood magic.
This blood magic... What? Blood magic is forbidden. It's not an option.
There's a way. I must know it. Please. Tell us what you mean, Jawan.
Lyrium provides the power for the ritual. But I can take that power from someone's life energy. This ritual requires a lot of it, however. All of it, in fact.
So, someone must die? Someone must be sacrificed?
Yes, and then we send another mage into the Fade. I can't enter because I'm doing the ritual. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's not much of an option.
So no other method.
Power has to come from somewhere, and that means either lyrium or blood.
Then let it be my blood. I will be the sacrifice.
What? Isolde, are you mad? Eamon would never allow this.
Either someone kills my son to destroy that thing inside him, or I give my life so my son can live. To me, the answer is clear.
Blood magic. How can more evil be of any help here? Two wrongs don't make a right.
It does seem like a sensible choice, with a willing participant.
Connor is blameless in this. He should not have to pay the price.
It's up to you, my friend. You know more about such things than I do, and it's your companion going into the Fade. The decision is yours.
There must be another way to enter the Fade.
You can find lyrium and more mages at the Circle of Magi, if they would even do it.
Circle Tower is not far from here, and they owe me.
The tower is about a day's journey across the lake. You could attempt to get the mages' help.
But what will happen here? Connor will not remain passive forever.
I will take that
Very
chance.
well. I will keep Jawan here as a precaution. He says he wants to help, so he will keep an eye on Connor with us. Go to the tower quickly, then. The longer you are away, the greater the chances of disaster.
I love that the game immediately thought we were in combat for a minute there. Pay no mind that we murdered the rest of these guards, but somehow Tegan survived that, but that's okay. Well, I do believe that I should cut this episode video off here. I would technically continue on to going ahead and trying to finish up rescuing Connor by us going to go meet up with the Circle, since we went and rescued them first. Hence, this is the reason why I did that. So, 1, we may not lose Lady Isolde, and 2, we don't have to use blood magic to rescue a poor child. You know, it'd look really bad on the Grey Warden's resume to kill him. So, without further ado, I do believe that we shall be ending this part, and at the beginning of the next part, we'll be heading back to the circle to request the aid of the mages with the ritual, and then they'll come here with the lyrium and a couple mages, start up the ritual, and then we'll be able to save Connor, and then continue on to trying to save Eamon and finishing up the Arl of Redcliffe. So, I do believe that I should be ending it here. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this this episode, and hopefully you tune in for the rest of it. Yeah, finally get to see the conclusion of the poor Redcliffe being taken over by a possessed child. And look forward to talking to you all next time. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you again.